Have you ever sat down to work, determined to finally finish that important project, only to find yourself 10 minutes later scrolling through your phone, checking emails, or watching random videos? Do you ever wonder why, despite all your best intentions, you can't seem to focus for more than a few minutes at a time? If you're like most people, you probably feel like your attention span is shrinking. Your mind is always restless, and your productivity is a shadow of what it could be. You're not alone. We live in the most distracted era in human history. Notifications, social media, endless emails, and 1,000 digital temptations are fighting for your attention every second. The average person checks their phone over 100 times a day. The average office worker is interrupted every 11 minutes. And after each interruption, it takes more than 20 minutes to regain full focus. But here's the real tragedy. Most of us have accepted this as normal. We've started to believe that deep, focused work is impossible in the modern world. That we're doomed to a life of shallow attention, half-finished tasks, and constant mental noise. But what if I told you that this is a lie? What if I told you that your brain is capable of extraordinary focus hours of deep, undistracted work if you just learn how to train it? There's a method, rooted in ancient wisdom and modern neuroscience, that can help you reclaim your mind, master your attention, and achieve more in 4 hours than most people do in 4 days. It's called deep work, and today, I'm going to show you how to unlock it. In the next few minutes, I'll share with you the story of a man who went from being a chronic procrastinator to a master of deep work, able to focus for hours at a time, free from distraction. I'll reveal the science behind why your brain craves distraction and how you can rewire it for focus. And I'll give you a step-by-step blueprint to train your mind for 4 hours of hyper-focus every single day. But be warned, this isn't about hacks or quick fixes. This is about real, lasting transformation, the kind that can change your career, your creativity, and your life. So, if you're ready to discover the cure for distraction, let's begin. Samir decided to start small. The next morning, he set a timer for 20 minutes. He closed all his tabs, put his phone in another room, and told himself, for the next 20 minutes, I will do nothing but write code. If I get distracted, I'll gently bring my attention back. The first 5 minutes were torture. His mind screamed for stimulation. He thought about checking his phone, reading the news, making coffee, but he resisted. He kept bringing his attention back to the code. By the end of 20 minutes, he had written more than he usually did in an hour. He felt a strange sense of satisfaction, a glimpse of the focus he once had. He decided to try again the next day. What Samir didn't know was that his brain, like yours, had been rewired by years of digital distraction. Every notification, every like, every new email releases a tiny hit of dopamine, a chemical that makes you feel good, but also makes you crave more. Over time, your brain becomes addicted to novelty. It starts to seek out distractions, even when you don't want it to. This is why it's so hard to focus. It's not a lack of willpower, it's biology. But here's the good news. Just as your brain can be trained for distraction, it can be retrained for focus. The key is neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to change and adapt. Every time you resist a distraction and return to your work, you're strengthening the neural pathways of focus. Every time you give in, you're strengthening the pathways of distraction. The choice is yours. Samir realized that if he wanted to go deeper, he needed a ritual, a set of habits to signal to his brain that it was time to focus. He created a simple routine. He started work at the same time every day. He cleared his desk of all clutter. He put his phone on airplane mode and left it in another room. He wrote down his most important task on a sticky note and placed it in front of him. He set a timer for 60 minutes. He called this his deep work hour. At first, it was hard. His mind wandered. He felt restless, but he kept coming back. Day by day, his focus grew stronger. One of the biggest myths of modern productivity is multitasking. We think we can do many things at once: reply to emails, check messages, work on a project, all at the same time. But research shows that multitasking is a lie. Every time you switch tasks, your brain has to refocus, wasting precious energy and time. Samir decided to single task. During his deep work hour, he did only one thing. No switching, no checking, no splitting his attention. He found that his work became deeper, richer, and more creative. He started to enter a state of flow, a feeling of being completely absorbed in the task, where time disappears and only the work remains. Flow is the holy grail of deep work. It's a state of mind where you're fully immersed, fully engaged, and fully alive. Athletes call it being in the zone. Artists call it the muse. Scientists call it optimal experience. Flow doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you challenge yourself just enough when the task is hard, but not impossible. Samir learned to set clear goals for each deep work session. He made his tasks just challenging enough to keep him engaged, but not so hard that he felt overwhelmed. Slowly, he started to experience flow more often. His productivity soared, but more importantly, he felt a sense of joy and satisfaction he hadn't felt in years. But the path to deep work is not easy. Samir faced many obstacles. Some days, he felt tired or unmotivated. Some days, urgent emails or meetings broke his focus. Some days, he just wanted to give up. But he remembered what his uncle had said. Deep work is a practice, not a performance. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to return. He learned to forgive himself for bad days. He learned to protect his deep work hours, saying no to meetings, blocking out time on his calendar, and letting his team know when he was unavailable. He learned to take breaks, short walks, deep breaths, a few minutes of meditation to recharge his mind. Slowly, deep work became a habit. After a month of practice, Samir noticed something incredible. He could now focus for 60, even 90 minutes at a stretch. He was finishing projects faster, with higher quality. His manager noticed. His performance reviews improved. He felt more confident, more creative, more alive. But the real breakthrough came when he decided to push further. He set a new goal: 4 hours of deep work every day. Not all at once, but in focused blocks: 2 hours in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. It wasn't easy, but with practice, he got there. He discovered that 4 hours of deep work was enough to accomplish more than most people did in a week of shallow work. He had found the cure for distraction. So, how can you train your brain for 4 hours of hyper-focus? Here's the blueprint Samir used. Create a ritual. Start work at the same time every day. Clear your space. Remove distractions. Signal to your brain that it's time to focus. Single task. Do only one thing at a time. No switching, no check, no splitting your attention. Set clear goals. Know exactly what you want to accomplish in each session. Make your tasks challenging, but not overwhelming. Use timers. Start with 20-30 minutes. Gradually increase to 60, then 90 minutes. Take breaks between sessions. Protect your time. Block out deep work hours on your calendar. Say no to meetings and interruptions. Take care of your mind. Sleep well. Eat healthy. Move your body. Meditate. A healthy mind is a focused mind. Track your progress. Keep a journal. Celebrate your wins. Learn from your setbacks. Build up slowly. Don't expect perfection. Start small. Add more deep work as your focus grows. Remember, deep work is a skill. The more you practice, the stronger it becomes. Modern neuroscience confirms what ancient wisdom has always known. When you focus deeply, your brain enters a state of heightened activity. You form new neural connections. You strengthen your ability to concentrate. You unlock creativity and insight. But when you live in a state of constant distraction, your brain becomes scattered, anxious, and restless. The choice is yours. 6 months later, Samir was a new person. He was producing more high-quality work than ever before. He was respected by his peers, trusted by his managers, and admired by his friends. But the real change was inside. He felt calm, centered, and in control of his mind. He no longer feared distraction, he had mastered it. He no longer chased productivity hacks, he had built a foundation of focus. He no longer doubted himself, he knew what he was capable of. Deep work had transformed his life. Let me ask you a question. What if you stopped trying to do more and started doing less but deeper? What if you let go of the myth of multitasking and embraced the power of single tasking? What if you trusted that 4 hours of deep work could change your career, your creativity, and your life. This is the wisdom of deep work. It's not about working harder. It's about working smarter. It's about making focus your superpower. It's about believing that you are capable of extraordinary things if you just give yourself the gift of undistracted time. So, are you ready to train your brain for 4 hours of hyper-focus? Here's your challenge. Choose one important task. Set a timer for 20 minutes. Remove all distractions. Focus only on that task. When you get distracted, gently return your attention. Repeat every day. Gradually increase your deep work time. Share your progress in the comments below. What's your deep work goal? How many minutes can you focus today? Let's build a community of focused, unstoppable minds. Deep work is easier when you're not alone. Find an accountability partner. Join a group. Share your journey. Every time you return to deep work, you inspire others to do the same. Together, we can reclaim our minds from the chaos of distraction. Together, we can create a world where focus is normal and deep work is celebrated. As Samir's story shows, the real cure for distraction isn't more willpower, it's better training. It's about building rituals, protecting your time, and practicing focus every day. It's about believing that you are not a victim of your environment. You are the master of your mind. So, the next time you feel the pull of distraction, remember Samir. Remember the Zen monks. Remember that every moment of focus is a step toward mastery. If this video inspired you, do 3 things. Comment below. What's your deep work goal? Make your public declaration. Subscribe. Join our community of focused, creative minds. Share this video. Help someone else discover the power of deep work. Remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video where we'll explore another secret to mastering your mind and your life. Until then, keep working deeply, one focused hour at a time.